It's the crack of dawn, aka the best time to show you what I've got coming up this fall for the fiber festivals. First is a tote bag. Now let me tell you something about these tote bags. They're huge and they have lots of pockets inside and out. Let me show you the inside first. It's going to be lined with a gray lining, and it's got, you know, 6 pockets, 3 pockets on this side, 3 pockets on this other side, even like little skinny pockets for a pen or your knitting needles even. Pockets on the outside. So many pockets on both sides. I have 4 of these. I'm going to bring, of course it closes with a zipper, boxy bottom, but I'm going to have two of these at Kings County Fiber Festival and 2 of them at a Woolen affair. You know, if I don't sell them at Kings County, then, you know, they'll be for it, a Woolen affair. But they're like really a really roomy tote bag that you can use for knitting or your work bag. Yeah. Oh, let me just stand up and show you my new caftan. So yeah, you know, when I got these in the mail, I got them made, and I showed my husband and he was like, those are really nice. You're going to sell those, right? So yeah, I'm going to sell these. There's going to be, you know, like 5 prints available. I'm sticking with the prints that you guys like the best. And there's going to be a pre-order for those coming soon. But anyway, I digress. Make sure you're on my newsletter and you'll know about that drop. But let me tell you more about this tote bag. I think this is a really good tote bag that I want to rock with and put in multiple prints. So I took the step of having a professional pattern made with a local manufacturer in my neighborhood. Yes, I found a manufacturer in my neighborhood who I'm going to start working with. I actually have an order in with them for something I'm going to show you in a minute, but I'm also in the future, I have to wait till I can afford it. You know, have to make some money before I can afford to spend money on an order to have these tote bags produced. But yeah, in the future, I'm gonna have them made, and here's the sample that I had made at the factory. This new factory in my neighborhood. It looks really good. Let's see. I had them do the pockets a little bit different. I didn't really like those skinny pockets, but it does still have the 6 pockets inside. Actually, it has a 7th pocket, like for your phone, and all the pockets on the outside. This is gonna be coming in 2026. But you know what? Before I even place that order, why don't you tell me in the comments if you like. So this is the same design, right? It's just that this is printed bigger at a bigger scale, and this is printed at a smaller scale. Why don't you tell me in the comments which one you like better? Do you like it at the bigger scale, or do you like it at the smaller scale? The smaller scale looks great on a shirt. The big scale looks great on a bag, but I also think the small scale looks good on a bag too. Anyway, let me know in the comments which one you like better. I might even like open it up to an Instagram poll, since most of my followers are on Instagram, and that works so well with Cozy Canines. So anyway, that's gonna come to a Woolen affair for sure, and Kings County Fiber Festival in October, both next month. I mentioned Cozy Canines. I went ahead and I had some bandanas made. Now, I think they look cute. However, I think it could have printed clearer, and it's probably my fault that it didn't. And because of that, these are going to be marked down. They're going to be marked down. I haven't decided like how much of a hit I can take on it, but I also don't feel right charging you full price for something that didn't print exactly perfectly. So consider these seconds. And I think I have a fair few of these too. So like, yeah, they're going to be marked down, but I think they're cute. I did cozy canines in a bright colorway. I think it'll look great on a little bandana. Pops of color. I like the bright version. Let me know if you think I should do project bags in this color. So that is the bandana. Oh, the size of the bandana. They are 22 inches by 22 inches, I believe. And they are 100% cotton. So, you know, you can wash them in the washing machine. I got a lot of requests last time when I did the scarves for cotton scarves. So speaking of cotton scarves, I am going to be opening up a pre-order for cotton scarves. Oh, and look, it's the same print I'm wearing. I'm sticking with the prints that you guys liked. So it's a long scarf. So I've got this this pattern, which is called prism petals. It was very popular in the shirts, so I decided to make it a scarf and a caftan. In addition to that, I'm going to have rough check as well. Now, I did this one, so on one side of rough, these are double-sided scarves, so one side is, you know, a bigger check, and the other side is a smaller check. I'm actually going to make this check a little bit smaller, so the scale change is a little bit more drastic, but you get the idea. This is just, I really love this print. So that's rough check. Of course, we're going to do inky florals because you guys really love this print. I do too. But I'm going to do inky florals as well. These are 100% cotton. You can wash them in the washing machine on the gentle cycle I would do, or wash them by hand. But they're really cool. And I have one more to show you, and it's Lovely Ones in a new color. I love this red, and everybody, all the cool people on the Met Gala red carpet were wearing it. So I'm using it. Yeah. Lovely Ones in red. Here you go. Here's a closer version. I also have this in a caftan. The motifs are smaller though. It looks really good. It's like, I don't know, I've been kind of living in these caftans since I got them. I would show you, but like it's drying. I washed it, so it's drying right now. But yeah, Lovely Ones, inky florals, rough check, and prism petals, all scarves. I'm going to be opening up a pre-order. It'll be in the next newsletter. On to more new things. I'm bringing back Inky Florals pop-up pouch. I didn't make very many of them last year, and I also changed it so that the scale of this pattern is the smaller version. I love the smaller version of this pattern on a pouch. I think it looks great. Just as a reminder, pop-up pouches are flat when you get them, but they have a lot of space inside. Look at that. They're great project bags. One customer sent me a really epic photo of like her collection of pop-up pouches that she uses. She uses this size, which is the extra large, and bigger, the colossal fur project bags. And I think I love it. I mean, they're really great. They're sturdy. They have a handle. And you know, they have a nice zipper closure. Some people like a zip closure project bag. So the bigger pouches are great for that. I also have it in rough check. And this one is lined with pink. And they are flat and they pop out. And the great thing about these is they also make good packing cubes. I use them as packing cubes, and other people have told me that they use them as packing cubes. I also have the African American flag that I stylized in a kind of woven pattern. You can see it better when it's popped out. You get the idea. So yeah, I'm gonna have these at a Woolen Affair and at Kings County Fiber Festival. That's extra large. I will also have rough check and inky florals. They're also going to be coming in small pouches and large pouches. The large pouches are really, really, really great for toiletries. They're also great for like all your notions. I have a large pouch for my notions. All of my notions live in my large pouch. Yeah, so I'll have these as well. So that is pouches. I'm gonna try to do this video as a oneer. Have you seen the show The Studio? If you like awkward, if you can take awkward comedy and you like Seth Rogen, you should watch The Studio. You might like it. It's hilarious. The first 2 episodes were really hard to watch, but they were so funny. But anyway, he's got this one episode is called a oneer, and a oneer in Hollywood is like a one take kind of shot. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. A oneer. Okay, so keeping with, you know, the whole inky florals theme, I ended up having a bunch of scraps left over from last year's collection of project bags, which was my debut collection of satchels. It was my debut collection. So I had like cut too many scraps of fabric to make handles. So I had these like perfectly sized strips of fabric, and I decided to just make a little mini satchel. These have pockets though. I put pockets in these because I kind of wanted to make them a little bit more special. They cinch shut and they have the handle. This one I even like did a patchwork handle on too. You know, I'm not a big patchwork person, but I'm really getting into it now, and I really like how these turned out. Originally I made the patchwork though because I was gonna cover my ugly chair that's sitting across from me now. I bought like the cheapest chair on Amazon during the pandemic, and it is falling apart. Like it's falling apart. I need to reupholster it or just get rid of it. But yeah, I had like made this fabric because I was going to use it to reupholster the chair. And I looked at myself and I looked at the chair and I was like, get real, Tam. You know you ain't going to reupholster that chair. I did sign up for an upholstery class, so maybe I will, but you know, the fabric, it looked really nice, and I put it on Instagram and my stories, and people really liked it. So I figured, you know what, I'll use it to make a bunch of little mini project bags. So I have this one too. I have maybe like 9 or 10 of them. So, you know, no two are alike. No two are alike. So yeah, just come and take a look. I'm going to bring some to both events. In addition, more inky florals. You know, I have a really nice customer in Chicago. Hi, Miss Barbara. She had asked me if I would ever make any of my satchels in red, because she really likes red. And this is the original Inky Florals, you know. When I designed this on a semester abroad while I was in Galashiels in Scotland, this was the first colorway that I came up with for Inky Florals. And these colors like were reflecting a more toned down version of me. I never really used colors this muted before, but I really like how it turned out. I had it in my collection there at the end of my semester. Yeah, this is how it looked in my collection at the end of the semester. And I decided to print it this year for, you know, in honor of Miss Barbara, because she asked me, she said she wanted red. It's lined with neutral, which makes sense. Pretty sure I chose this color lining maybe around the same time I designed this. Maybe it was after, I don't know, but they go together. So yeah, that's Inky Florals in a new like golden and red colorway, which I think is very pretty. Very nice, very nice. Of course, not to be outdone, rough check with a pink lining. Yeah. I'm gonna bring a bunch of these to both events, because if the response is the same on the project bags as it was on the shirts, I think this one is one you're gonna like a lot. What else? Oh, not to be outdone is the bag for Woolen Affair. Yeah, it says making his memory on it, and yarn and whiskey, and a Woolen Affair 2025. This is to commemorate the event. I made like a very special souvenir for you to take with you. Yeah, handle. Oh man, the handle. My fabric didn't arrive. I had ordered the fabric for the project bags to make the bags, but I hadn't really thought about how I was going to handle the handle. And I had ordered extra fabric, but I ordered extra fabric because I wanted to have more left over after the event that I could like sell to people who weren't at a Woolen Affair, who couldn't make it, because I know everybody does not go to yarn festivals. Everybody can't make it. Everybody doesn't enjoy them. But you know, and I have people who follow me who might want this bag. So I ordered extra fabric. So I made a sample. I had made a sample out of paper, right? Before I even like ordered the fabric, because I wanted to make sure I was engineering this, you know, I wanted to make sure everything was going to line up the way I wanted to on the bag. So I made a sample, like a little mock-up out of paper and taped it up, but I did not tape up a handle. I didn't even think about the handle. Fast forward to I get my fabric a couple weeks later. I make the sample. I put the handle on it, and I'm like, oh man, this is not what I wanted. It was just like a random piece of fabric. It had like picked, you know, I had cut like a random piece of fabric. I think it showed like it showed this, but like just part of it. And the back of the handle was like this dark part, which, you know, some people wouldn't care, but I cared. It bothered me, right? So I was like, okay, let me design fabric for the handle and order it. I did it like right away. I ordered the fabric right away. There's plenty of time, by the way, for me to get this done. And I decided, oh, I'm gonna just go with the background color for the handle. Anyway, the fabric, it didn't come. It came like later than it was supposed to come. But like, I was trying not to freak out. It was like 1 day late, then it was 2 days late. By the third day, I was awake in the night, like my eyes popped open, and like the message in my head was, what are you gonna do about the handles? for the Woolen Affair bags. All right, so I got up and I was like, okay, I have enough fabric, but like I want to save this for people who want to buy the bag online. Maybe I'll like paint. Maybe this is all watercolor. Maybe I'll just paint some fabric to look like this. No, that looked really bad. And I was finally like, all right, I'm just going to have to like, you know, cannibalize that extra fabric. So I did, and I had to painstakingly cut out this part of the design on all of my extra fabric, and it used it all up. But the good news is I still have this centerpiece, and the good news is I did eventually get this fabric, the fabric I was going to use for the handles. So, you know, and I'm getting into patchwork, so that means there's going to be a patchwork bag in the future with this motif at some point. I don't know. They take a long time to make patchwork bags. That's why I don't do them that much, but it's going to come. Anyway, this is the bag for a Woolen Affair. It gave me a few gray hairs. I lost a little bit of sleep. But, you know, I think it turned out great. I think it was a better idea to actually use this as the handle instead of what I was going to do. But yeah, that's it. It has pockets, of course, and the drawstring closure. And yeah, it's very special. Okay, that's it for new stuff. Now I'm going to give you a sneak peek at something. Remember when I said I found a manufacturer in my neighborhood? Well, I have worked with them to help me bring back the Eclipse bag. It's gonna come in 2 sizes, but you know, this is the bigger size. It's empty right now. I'm actually not even gonna use this kind of fabric. I'm gonna use canvas, but they made me a sample. It has a pocket inside for your phone, and it has more pockets, 2 more pockets. It's got a really, I can use these, the thing about this like non-canvas fabric, which is nice, it's really nice actually, it's soft. I can use these nice sliders, I like it, so, but I think I might go with a heavier fabric. I have to test it. But I haven't placed an order for these large ones yet because I'm still trying to figure out the fabric. But this is a sneak peek. It's coming. You know what's coming even sooner though? The small version of this bag is coming sooner. I can't even show it to you because it's at the factory. They need the sample when they're making your order. They need your sample, but if just to jog your memory, it's the small version of the crossbody bag. It is going to be made out of this really nice fabric. I think the small bag is great in that fabric. But yeah, just to give you a sense of the size. It's a bag about this size. And that should be, I should be getting those. Let me tell you, they haven't started my order because they don't have all my fabric yet. They don't have all my fabric yet because I didn't order enough fabric. I am learning. I'm learning. Yeah, there's actually a story behind the crossbody bag. This is another sample that a different factory made. It was kind of a fiasco getting this sample made and getting the pattern made for that. It didn't even happen. I didn't even get the pattern. I found this person on a website that is, I won't name the website, but it's a website that you might go to if you were looking for a manufacturer, and they it's kind of like a marketplace for manufacturers, but in America. That's what I'm going to say. I won't say what they are, but anyway, I found this person who said she can do pattern and samples for me. Long story short, 10 weeks passed and I didn't get I got my sample really late, and it was done really badly, and I never got the patterns. you know, and I knew that I wasn't going to be 100% happy with the sewing. I knew, like, okay, Tammy, you sew. You're going to be like a real stickler about things. But like, this was just, the inside of this bag is just not good. So anyway, that didn't work out. And I lost 10 weeks and I lost even the ability to sell these bags. So that's why it's all like the whole thing just didn't go smoothly. But I learned a lot in the process. And now I have found a factory that, you know, they manage my expectations properly. I can go there, like they're kind of in the neighborhood. Can just hop on a bike and go. I wrote more about this on LinkedIn, but I'll put it on my blog too. So yeah, that's everything. And we did it in less than a half hour. Thank you for watching. This has been Tammy from Yarn and Whiskey. I don't even think I introduced myself because these videos are really for people who already know me and my customers who already know my products. That's who this video is for. If you're just finding this for the first time, welcome. Check me out at yarnandwhiskey.com. I'm Tammy, I'm a textile designer, and I make bags. I love bags. And I also make caftans now. Take care, bye.